Hi there, my name is Preston Stroud and I'm creating a video for a friend at bestsellerwill.com who is asking some questions about a project I worked on. What you're looking at here is an invention that was created back in the early 1900s of a gravity wheel. Okay, I nicknamed it the BuzzSaw, and a friend of mine, his name's Doc, he also referred to it as a BuzzSaw. And as you can see here, the weights, there's a gap right here in the middle. See the gap? Okay. And weights would sit in the middle, and the weights would shift from the inner wheel to the outer wheel. Okay. I used a little PVC pipe and put a dumbbell 2.5 pound. Well, actually it was a 2.5 pound grinded down to 2 pounds. Weights in it, and I had it could hold up to, the original wheel had let's see, 12 weights. You could put as many as 8 weights going down and 4 weights going up in it. You see the gaps there. Now let me give it a spin and let you see how this thing might look. Okay. We don't know if it ran clockwise or counterclockwise, but it would spin and the weights would go down and then shift and to the other wheel. Shift back and forth between the inner and outer wheels. I'm spinning it right now in the clockwise direction. Let me turn it again, and I'm going to show you the back. The back of this is a replica of the original wheel. My friend Doc has the original wheel, and in his basement right now, made out of cast iron metal, and it's very heavy. It had 14.5 pound weights on it. Now you can see here the gears I've got running down to a jack shaft at the other end. And the original wheel was based on this, had the 4 black spokes on the back, the inner and outer wheel that was painted red and yellow, and the gears. Now family members, just so you know, family members saw this running. I personally spoke to family members myself. A friend on bestsellerwill.com named Ralph Lordy, he spoke to family members, and our other friend named Doc, he spoke to family members. And Doc's father was associated with the inventor, and Doc's uncle was, and we spoke to family members that either saw it running or their father saw it running, and they all testified to seeing it running. It was sitting inside a barn, and there were belts coming outside of the barn that were turning a sawmill that actually grinded up tree limbs, excuse me. So we've all spoken to people that testified that this really did work and was a real working wheel. And I worked on this for 3 years straight. Almost, it was basically my 100% focus for 3 years. Tested all sorts of different scenarios. I focused mainly on odd combinations of weight patterns. For example, let's say it's going clockwise. You could line up 8 weights going down. You could skip every other tooth. You could skip every third tooth. You could also create different patterns going up where you set one up in every tooth or every other tooth or every third or fifth one. I tested many different odd weight patterns, and I was never able to get anything that worked. And I tested it going clockwise and counterclockwise. Our friend Ralph Lordy on Bestseller Will, he built a replica of this, and another friend in the UK named Mick, he built a replica. And none of us were able to get it working, but family members stated it did work. Now, we didn't want this this concept to die with history, because the inventor's already dead, and the children have pretty much passed away, and there's pretty much grandchildren that are really old right now that may not be around much longer, but we didn't want this to die with history, so kind of like a Saya Jackson's will. So I created a page and put it on the Pure Energy Systems Wiki. That's also referred to as PESWiki.com. And if you go there and do a search for BuzzSaw gravity wheel. BuzzSaw is one word, because it kind of looks like a saw blade here. We nicknamed it BuzzSaw. And if you look for BuzzSaw gravity wheel, you'll find this, and I put pictures on there, pictures of the original wheel, the replica, clues that came from family members, and a lot of the details we collected over the years on this. Now, I'm sorry you can't see it's got an odd gear pattern running right this minute, okay? It's an odd pattern. Gear ratio, excuse me. I'm sorry you can't see weights in it right now. I had to borrow the weights. They're being used in another project you can see right here. I'll do another video and tell you about that one in a minute and show you that one running. But anyway, like I said, my name is Preston Stroud, and I created this to show some pictures of the replica for a few friends. That's the BuzzSaw gravity wheel on peswiki.com. Just do a search and you'll find a directory page for it.